My reaction to Kevin getting corona. That would
Oh
have been a good video to
yeah.
watch. Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Right.
Emma shifted to a new house along with her daughter Suzanne, her son Matthew, and Matthew's partner Jennifer. The man they bought the house from was in a hurry to sell off the property and move away from that place, and that is why they got the house at a very low price. As soon as Emma entered the place, she gazed intently at the ceiling of the house.
That part of the video.
Watch gave a death stare to Jennifer. As soon as Jennifer turned, the woman had disappeared. Such sights had now become a common phenomenon in the house. Sometimes she sees a kid who'd open his mouth and scream at the top of his lungs. This deafening scream would make Jennifer shut her ears in trauma. They further told her that a long time ago a family lived in that house. There were 3 people in that family: husband, wife, and their kid. The wife was having an affair with some other guy, and her husband came to know about this. When finding out, the husband brutally murdered his wife.
I mean, I would too.
The son saw his mother's murder with his own eyes, screamed, and tried to run away from the house. Out of rage and to shut the kid's mouth, the man killed his own son. But the spirit of the woman and the kid never left that house. The man continued to live in the house, but a few days later, the spirit of his wife killed him. The entire family was murdered in the same house. It is believed that all of the 3 family members' spirits reside in the house, and they kill everyone who decides to stay in that house.
Okay. I love how he says nobody survives in that house, yet he just said that the guy just sold the house. The guy that lived there. So he survived.
Oh, okay, so what's La Llorona?
La Llorona, go. Okay, perfect.
Ago, there lived a beautiful girl in Mexico named Maria. She belonged to a poor family, but was known in the village for her beauty. One day, a very wealthy man who visited the village fell in love with her at first sight. Maria was also attracted to his charm, and she happily accepted his marriage proposal. After the wedding, they started living in the same village. Everything was going great, and 2 little kids joined the family in a few years. Her husband had to regularly travel for work and couldn't come back home many a times. As time went by, he stopped coming back home. After more than a few months, when he did not return home at all, Maria felt devastated. She kept weeping so much that it felt like those tears have left permanent marks on her face. Her beauty faded and she grew pale. Later, she got to know that her husband married another beautiful young lady in the town. Maria, angry and hurt, took her children to a river and drowned them in blind rage. When she heard her kids cry for help, she realized her blunder and started looking for them. But it was too late. The river had already carried them away. Few days later, she was found dead at the riverside. It is said that if one hears her cries, they should run the opposite way. It could bring them misfortune or even death.
You should run the opposite way, no duh.
Yeah. The bridge. Dun dun dun.
Okay. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Okay. I can hear it. Buy a llama plushie today. Buy a llama.
So this story takes place when I was about 16 years old. At my school, I played for the volleyball team, and every year we would go to a camp and do volunteer work for this guy. The camp was in the middle of nowhere. When we got to the camp, we immediately started to work until 8 p.m. This was around October, so it was already dark at 8. My two friends and I were sitting around the fire, trying to figure out something we could do so we weren't so bored. We heard that there was a small river down the hill from the camp, and we thought we could check it out. The problem was that it was some guy's property, and the owner of the camp told us to not disturb him since the guy was a little strange.
The guy with the black hair is such a
We
mood.
weren't really supposed to leave the camp. 16 years old, breaking the rules. We walked about 10 minutes from the camp and finally reached the river. It was bigger than we expected, and there was a large wooden bridge that crossed it. The bridge was about 20 feet long and was big enough to let a truck go over it. My two friends and I decided to go under the bridge and check it out. As we were walking by the shoreline, we saw two headlights off in the distance moving towards the bridge, so we bolted underneath it and hid. We then heard the truck roll over our heads and to the other side. My friends and I chilled there for a while, just talking and throwing rocks in the water. It was about 8:30 at this time, and now it was pretty much pitch black. That's when we started to hear a slow rumble in the distance. The same truck had come back, and this time it was moving much slower. We stayed put under the bridge, stifling our laughter. Eventually, the truck moved over the bridge, but rather than going over to the other side, the truck stopped right on top of us. The only thing you could hear was the rushing water and the hum of the engine. Then, the door of the truck swung open, and out came a loud thump on top of the bridge. Then we heard a loud scream saying, "I know you're out there! I'm gonna find you!"
Yikes.
I looked at my friends and they were both shaking in
They
fear.
dead!
This must have been the crazy property owner. He seemed pissed that we were on his land. He started screaming and saying he was gonna hurt us if he finds us. We could see that he had a flashlight and he was swinging it around looking for us. We heard loud thumps as he walked around a little bit, calling out for us.
Run,
And thank
Forrest,
God he never went
run,
under the
Forrest.
bridge. Eventually, it went silent, and it sounded as if he went back into his truck. I was too terrified to move. We sat there for about 10 minutes, and then my one friend, who we'll call Trevor, whispered in my ear, saying that we have to go.
No duh.
I gave him a quick nod,
We'll give
and
you
in
that
slow
idea,
motion
Trevor.
moved out from under the bridge. I started to army crawl on the shoreline of the river, and I remember looking behind me to see the top of the bridge. I saw a white Ford F-150. In the driver's seat was the man, staring right at me with a sinister smile, and he even gave me a little wave. At that moment, I screamed and ran. My friends saw me run and took off after me.
What a girl.
I could hear screaming from behind us. I took a quick glance behind me and saw that he was chasing after us, and I couldn't quite make out the object in his hand.
He's
But it
got a
seemed to
truck
be
and he just runs?
We ran into the forest and ducked behind a bush. It was pitch black in the forest, and we couldn't hear a thing. I sat there for a while, shaking. The man never walked by us, and we never heard him. After we gathered our courage, we got up and walked back to camp, got into our tents, and tried to fall asleep. The next morning, we talked to the camp owner about the man that owned the property. The owner said that he didn't know much about the man, but he knows that he has been accused of assault. I am so happy that we were able to escape from underneath the bridge. I can't imagine what would have happened if he caught us.
That's it? Alright. So this is field filter. It says Leia's looking for the perfect Snapchat filter to send her crush until the app detects an unknown face in the darkness. And then Snap is here's a sort of short story about the worst thing that could go wrong with Snapchat.
Oh. You accidentally open a message while you're half opening it.
Oh god.
Terrible.
Let's just do fear filter.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just the thing again. I got this. Wait a second. Don't run away. Okay, scan. Okay.
No!
You wanted me to keep playing the commercial?
Yeah. No, we already saw it.
Got to go to
We already
bed.
saw it.
There's nothing
Fine,
to
fine,
be
fine.
afraid of.
Why is it so low?
I promise. If you get scared, I will be right outside until your parents get home. Okay? Sleep tight.
I didn't even hear that. It's out of my computer.
Computer filter. Ooh.
Maybe it saw this face. Right here. This little Buddha. She pretty though.
You ever take pictures like that? All the way, Pig, all the way.
Look, it's Buddha. Right here. She looks young though.
Yeah.
Like if her
Yes, young.
Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
Her snap's so dry.
snap's so dry.
Yeah, look.
It is Buddha.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Your Snapchat, show me your Snapchat.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Johnny?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, why did you look
I still
back
take
and say
picture like that.
Johnny after she saw the door? Like she just saw
I
the
still
door.
take a picture like that.
Look, she just saw the door and she's like, Johnny? Like, you just looked back and saw there was no one there. Why are you saying Johnny? Also, I'm surprised she's in the living room and not in her bedroom.
Yeah. Her snap is so
She
dry.
was such a blade.
That's her crush.
Oh, really?
Can't you just look behind her?
Yeah.
Johnny, if this is a joke, it isn't funny.
Who the heck is Johnny? Oh my god, look at her. She's got 5 new friends. Look at her. Wait. This is the scary part. She doesn't have a Bitmoji. That's terrifying. Why is she freaking out?
So happy. She hasn't even moved.
Wait. Snapchat filters can
What?
detect ghosts?
Question.
Mark. Oh my god, this is like Pokemon Go.
Oh my gosh.
Then don't look.
Seriously?
Just let yourself be dead.
Take a selfie. Maybe that's what it wants.
It just wants a selfie. That's what it
Wow.
wants. But first, let me take a selfie. I'm gonna click Oh my god, what gross. She looks like she's dancing. Look at that monkey dance. That's a TikTok right there.
Okay, but where's Johnny during all this?
Oh, it's Blake.
Blake.
Wait, who's Johnny though?
Her little brother. She sent him to bed.
Oh,
Her little what?
Her brother. Where is he during all this?
I do not know. She had a brother. Let me go back. Oh, yeah, Johnny, you've gotta go to bed.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Look at the comments.
I will be right outside.
Oh my god, her brother just slept through her screams.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was her brother that
Unless he was already dead.
Yo, honestly, when she used the first bunny filter, it scared me. Yeah, that's true. Moral of the story, don't use Snapchat at night.
The scariest part is when her friends didn't have the emojis.
It was. Yes, it was. Or herself. She didn't have the emoji herself. Don't
She
use
used
bunny
cringy
filters.
filters. That's why the peaceful ghost was tricked.
Who's watching in full screen, low volume low, and scrolling down the comments because you're scared? God. Okay. Oh my god, true. She used cringy filters. That's why the peaceful ghost was triggered.
Somebody's it just said that. They're screaming, "Shut up! You're gonna wake up Johnny."
Oh my god, to be honest. To be honest, what a mood.